YouTubers, I did not believe I would do a revision of the 2013 Silver Sword New World Translation, but I decided to do one. It's going to be quick. Most of their changes are highlighted in here, plus you have to search a bit and find reasons for some other changes. I have two more videos coming on the New World Translation, which will not be on the 2013 version, but this one is on the revision. You see here the 1950 to 60s edition, the first edition they made in 6 volumes, 5 volumes for the Old Testament and 1 for the New Testament. Okay, so now we start. So this is the New World Translation, and it has been revised 2013 by the so-called New World Translation Committee, which remains unknown. Like this, they don't have to give an account for the numerous mistranslation of the Greek, as we can see in a video where I show many changes in their former Kingdom interlinear translation, where they play around with the Greek. So the New World Translation has been made more user-friendly to attract more readers, a bit like their NIV. It has also inserted color images. So they have an introduction here, where they show several images, colorful images. Who is God? To introduce people, how can you learn about God? In this, they use out-of-context verses to push many of their peculiar doctrines. What is the Bible's message? What did the Bible foretell about the Messiah? What did the Bible foretell about our day? What does the Bible promise for the future? They use this too, with out-of-context verses, to push their paradise earth. For example, Ecclesiastes, the earth remains forever. And Psalm 37, the righteous will possess the earth, and they will live forever on it. This is a verse that is twisted. This promise was for the Israelites in the promised land, in Israel. The original text reads, the righteous will possess the land of Israel. This is one example of twisting the scriptures to push their doctrines. What happens with someone when someone dies? Example, Ecclesiastes never speaks of life after death. It talks about the dead people from a perspective of the living. It speaks about under the sun, the dead have no promises. Taking verses out of context is a trick that the Watchtower has always done. How can you draw close to God? The Bible in the New Testament speaks that you must come to God through Jesus Christ. There's very few scriptures about Jesus here. The main subject is always Jehovah. Next page, we have the foreword here, which speaks about the making of the New World Translation. Recognizing the importance of Bible message, we have undertaken the revision of this text with a profound respect of the content of the Bible. Changing the Greek meaning and the Hebrew meaning to fit their doctrine is not having a profound respect. We feel the full weight of our responsibility to convey this message accurately. This revised edition has built on the fine foundation laid in previous editions of the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, the Bible that was first released more than 60 years ago. However, the English language has changed during the past half-century. Such change prompted current members of the New World Bible Translation Committee, which is absolutely unknown, to initiate this comprehensive revision. Our goal has been to produce a translation that is not only faithful to the original text, but also clear and easy to read. This is not true. No Bible scholars agree with the New World Translation. The appendix articles, this goes on for what's in the Bible, what's in this new Bible. So we go forth. Next, after they have the revisions, explaining each book of the Bible. They use this to, again, to bring a bit of their beliefs into the hands of the people. For example, one of these examples, if we go to the Acts of the Apostles, they introduce one of their doctrines, which is the governing body. the Watchtower of the Jehovah's Witnesses, have a governing body to rule Jehovah's Witnesses. So they introduce, they make it out like the apostles of the first century, the apostles of Jesus Christ, were a governing body. This is just to justify their existence. After this, they have a glossary of Bible terms. Again, in this they will present some views that are correct, but some views that are incorrect. Like when you speak of the presence, which the Bible mentions as the second coming of Christ, they put it as the invisible presence of Christ. Christ's presence is not simply a coming followed by a quick departure. It covers a marked period of time. Of course, they teach that Jesus' second presence will be an invisible one, starting in 1914, and we'll see the 1914 date coming soon. Speak of paradise also in this version. When speaking to one of the criminals next to him on the torture stake, another one of their doctrines, the torture stake, Jesus indicated that the earth would become a paradise. He never indicated this. This is Watchtower introducing their beliefs. And they have a principle of Bible translation, in which they indicate what is a reliable translation. A reliable translation must sanctify God's names by restoring it to his rightful place in the scriptures. They use this to introduce the name or the word Jehovah in the New Testament. Accurately convey the original message that was inspired by God. Translate expressions literally when the wording and structure of the target language allow for such rendering of the original language. Again, they do not convey this because they twist the Greek and the Hebrew, the original Greek and Hebrew text. Features in this revision. Here it speaks of the different words that have been adapted to the modern language. Biblical expressions clarified. For example, so long suffering has become patience, dumb has become speechless, harlot is now a prostitute, fornication is sexual immorality, loose conduct is brazen conduct, revelries is wild parties, time indefinite is become forever, lasting, everlasting, or long ago. Seed is now offspring, and impaled has become nailed to a stake or executed on a stake. Sheol and Hades are the grave with a footnote. Soul has become either soul or person, life, living creatures, desires and appetites of a person, or death with a footnote. Kidney is also transformed into either kidney, deepest emotions, or innermost thoughts. They did the same for the words art, fat, flesh, and orn according to the context. Many features are also enhanced for readability. Of course, the divine name, they can't write the Bible without pushing their terminology Jehovah, especially in the New Testament. Divine name in the Christian Greek scriptures, or they always come with their excuses of why they inserted Jehovah 237 times in the New Testament. Here we see in the chart, Prophets and Kings of Judah, section A6, where they insert more of their doctrines. For example, 607 BC, Jerusalem and its temple are destroyed by the invading Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar. Zedekiah, the last earthly king in the Davidic line, is dethroned. We have also main events of Jesus' earthly life. They make it as much attractive as they can with many maps. Appendix B. B1, the message of the Bible, where they introduced the date 1914, where Satan was supposedly hurled on the earth for a short time. Maps, many maps included in this. images of all sorts. And then we get to B9 again. World powers foretold by Daniel. And we see again Babylon. 607 BC, King Nebuchadnezzar destroys Jerusalem. This is a false date, of course. And so this is pretty much it. More maps again. It's a bit hard to hold the pages properly. Measures, weights, values of money, and the Hebrew calendar, of course, their branches, if you want more information. So that's it for the new silver sword. Thank you for watching.